So this is where it all began. Stratford-upon-Avon in Warwickshire, in the middle of England. A half-timbered house on Henley Street, the heart of the town. It belonged to John Shakespeare, a glover. He came from a farming family at a village called Snitterfield, just outside town. But he moved from the land into trade, came into Stratford and set up business making gloves. Everybody wore gloves in those days. It involved a whole lot of different processes: tanning the hides, cutting the skins, creating the products, selling them in the shop. You can still visit the house today, and we always hear the noise of tourists in the streets. In John Shakespeare's time, it was a quiet town, although it got busy on market day. He married a woman called Mary Arden, also from farming stock, slightly better off than him. She came from another local village called Wilmcote. And in 1564, they had their first surviving child, a son. I've got here the parish register from Holy Trinity Church here in Stratford, where all baptisms were registered. And it's here that we see the name of Shakespeare for the first time. 26th of April, 1564, Guiemus, filius Johannes Shakespeare, William, son of John Shakespeare. It's an amazing document to think that this was written as the child, within 2 or 3 days of the child coming into the world. We don't actually know for sure which day he was born. Traditionally, his birthday is celebrated on the 23rd of April, St. George's Day, the day of the patron saint of England. Very appropriate for the man who would become the national poet of England. But who knows, perhaps it was the 22nd or 24th. We never know. He survived, though. That was the important thing. When we look down the page of the parish register, we see a note in the margin, Hic incipit pestis. Here began the plague. Within a few months of Shakespeare's birth, Stratford was hit by plague. A huge number of the people of the town, a small town, a huge number were wiped out. The Shakespeare family could have gone that way, but they survived. He was always, in his way, a lucky writer. He was lucky in his place of birth because it was somewhere where he could get a good education, and he had some lucky breaks when his theatrical career took off, as we're going to discover in the course of the coming weeks.